Words cannot express how grateful I am to share in this celebration of love and commitment with you all. As some of you know, me and Janelle have known each other for a very long time. We basically had the same childhood, and she's going to hate me for telling this story again, and yet here we are. My first real memory of Janelle might be the most 1997 story you've ever heard. We were at summer camp at the Robert Crown Center. I had one of those springy butterfly clips, the 3D ones that left like glitter in your hair. It was my most prized possession. So naturally, according to an 8-year-old's logic, I gave it to Janelle when she asked to borrow it. Like a week later, I asked for it back. Janelle looked me dead in the face and said, "I lost it at Blockbuster." And she walked away. Obviously, I wasn't gonna let that slide, so I politely followed up. Janelle's reaction was, "I said I lost it at Blockbuster. I don't know what you want me to do about it." And that was that. While I may be still slightly salty about my butterfly clip, and I'm sure anyone who was in elementary school in 1997 can relate, I think her frankness about the situation laid the foundation for the resiliency of our friendship. Anyways, I think what I love most about Janelle is that she lets us all be exactly who we need to be. She never puts any pressure on me to be anything other than exactly who I am. It's why I can move to Kyrgyzstan in Wyoming, follow whatever dream or whimsy, and know that no matter where I am on the planet, I will have a home in our friendship. When Wendell entered our lives, Janelle made it a point to never put her friendships on the back burner. She would even say, "You know, I'm in a relationship, but I'll always make time for my girls." And she did, and she does. And that's because Janelle's love is the kind that expands. Her heart is so big that there's room for all of us. There's no jealousy or competition, and it's why our friendship has stood the test of time. She attracts positive energy and believes in each and every one of us. It's been such a joy witnessing Janelle and Wendell's relationship evolve over the years, watching them set goals and achieve them, confront challenges with patience and maturity, travel the world and live their absolute best lives. Thank you, Wendell, for making my friend so incredibly happy. It brings me an indescribable amount of joy to watch you both win. Just like Janelle has always been there for me, I want to take this opportunity to take this vow in front of you all, Janelle and Wendell's loved ones, that I will walk with you through this next phase of life. I'll laugh with you during the good times, be a shoulder to lean on during the tough times, and be there for everything in between, just like Janelle has always been there for me. I love you both so much.
So I was a little conflicted today about whether you make these best man things funny. Is it the inside jokes? Is it serious? And I didn't want to let any of that overshadow how much I love you. And I'm indebted to you as my brother. And I wanted to use this as a way to celebrate the awesome man you are and like this union. And so people, they love to say like life is a journey, and obviously with that you got your peaks, your valleys, and personally I feel like I've been blessed to have my best friend with me along that way in that trek for the past 12 years. More than 12 years now. Crazy. And so like navigating like this uncharted territory in these past, like we relied on each other to adapt to these different like situations and, you know, like unknown circumstances. And so if I were to describe the journey, it's, you know, Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. Can I get half a ceremony here to, you know, can I get an amen, maybe? Okay. All right, yeah, let's make sure, okay. Because everybody ain't sleep. So, take your time. Take your time. You know, this is a great time to also sing the praises of Janelle because you helped him to be the best version of himself. And since iron sharpens iron, that in turn, you helped me to be a better version of me. I love you and thank you. Thank you for that. You know, and I'm really just grateful for, you know, all that spilled over in my life. So with that, I gotta propose a toast. Life is about numbers and choices, and so all the cold-blooded decisions that you had to make to get to the place that you are now, we're gonna toast to that. And now we're gonna also toast to the Claxtons' journey together. I love you, man. Blow and make us know closer.
My dude. This is my dude. my only son, my baby. He's the baby boy. I have 2 girls and he's the last one. It was a boy. A real boy. I remember when Wendell, one time we were at church and he was about, I think it was about, maybe about 2 or 3 or something. And it was on Easter, and he was sitting, had on this little suit, and he was sitting on my lap. And he was sitting there, and I had him, and I was just looking around, and all of a sudden, I just felt him, and he was just looking, and just staring. You know, his face, he was like, and so I'm like, what are you looking at? It was this little girl. She had on a pretty little yellow dress, and he was just, and I'm like, you're 3 years old, what are you doing? I mean, he was just mesmerized with her. I'm like, okay. So then one day, he got a little older, maybe, about about 4, maybe a year. And he just had this conversation. So he got into this conversation. He said something about a peach girl. I said, a peach girl? What are you talking about, a peach girl? And I said, well, if a peach girl, I'm just trying to understand what's a peach girl. I said, well then, what is your daddy? His dad was the complexion of Mr. Hampton. He said a raisin. So I'm like, okay, a raisin. So I said, well, what is Renika? He said, she's a raisin. I said, what am I? He said, a potato. I'm like, okay. So what I want to say is that, Wendell, you finally found your peach girl. And I feel Janelle is a very ripe peach girl. When I first laid eyes on Janelle, God spoke to me and told me she's genuine. Those are the words I heard. She's genuine. And you know what she is? Very genuine, very beautiful from the inside out. I've told all of my friends, all of my coworkers about you, how excited and happy, I am. And I love you very much. I think you're a great fit for Wendell. I'm so glad that he chose you. So glad that he picked you, Janelle. I love you very much, very, very much. And I welcome you into our Claxton clan.
So I get these cufflinks today. And one of them says, and I loved you first. And I'm not saying that y'all can't do your thing, but I feel like I'm losing a daughter, right? Wouldn't you feel that way? But no, I am gaining a son-in-law. A son. But I do want to say this. I lost it this afternoon when I read this cufflink, because it's so true that when you have your baby and your baby gets launched, that's an amazing feeling. I hope everybody can experience that. And when they get launched into some warm, loving hands, that's even more amazing. Because, Wendell, I trust in you. I trust you are going to be the man that my daughter needs in her life. And I trust that she is going to be the woman that you need. And this has been an amazing experience in the sunset in beautiful Southern California. I'm a Northern California guy, but Southern California, man, look at this setting is godly. It's amazing that we're out here. So I'm not going to say too much because I've already said too much. But I would like to raise a toast to Janelle and Wendell and their respective families who are now the family.
You're the love of my life and my very best friend. I give you this ring to wear as a symbol of my abiding love, my eternal faith in us, and my undying devotion to you.
I, Janelle, choose you, Wendell, as my husband, in friendship and love, in strength and in weakness, to share the good times and the misfortune, in achievement and in failure. I will cherish and respect you through all the changes of our lives. A commitment made in love, kept in God's name.